Posted, June 16, 2018 8 hours 50 minutes and 47 seconds PM MDTSOUTHAMPTON, NY. The only thing that spared Dustin Johnson from another U.S. Open implosion is that everyone around him suffered, on a Shinnecock Hills course that even the USGA conceded got out of hand Saturday afternoon. Berger and Tony Finau were the exceptions, each posting a 4 under 66 before Johnson hit his first shot. The world's no. One player faced greens that felt like putting on glass, so slick that Phil Mickelson swatted a ball while it was still moving on the 13th green. No one in the final 22 groups broke par. Johnson, who started the third round with a 4-shot lead, barely nudged his 17-foot birdie attempt on the 18th hole and watched it roll and roll 8 feet by the hole. He missed the par putt and signed for a 77 to fall into a 4-way tie for the lead. "I didn't feel like I played badly at all," Johnson said. 7 over usually is a terrible score, but with the greens the way they got this afternoon, I mean they were very, very difficult. I had 7 or 8 putts that easily could have gone in the hole that didn't. And that's the difference between shooting 7 over and even par. At least, he still has a chance, and he had plenty more company at the top than at the start of the day. Johnson joined Berger, Finau and defending champion Brooks Koepka, 72, at 3 over 213, the highest 54-hole score to lead the U.S. Open since the fabled massacre at Winged Foot in 1974. It was the first time since Oakmont in 2007 that no one was under par going into the final day. With wind that was stronger than expected, and a few pin positions that turned the U.S. Open into Carnival Golf, it was easy to see why. Mickelson brought plenty of attention to the 13th hole, where anything that ran by the cup was headed off the green. Worst yet might have been number 15, where players hit putts by the hole only to watch them roll all the way off the putting surface. Koepka hit an approach to 15 near the hole, and it moved a few inches to the right, and then a few more feet, and soon it was in a bunker. "You were seeing shots that were well played and not rewarded," said Mike Davis, the chief executive of the USGA. "It was a very tough test, but probably too tough this afternoon." Berger and Finau, who started the day 11 shots out of the lead, will play in the final group. "I barely made the cut. Going into today, I needed something special to happen to even have an outside chance," Finau said as Johnson and Scott Piercy were making their way down the first fairway in the final group. "Whether I do or not at the end of today, I'm really happy with where I'm at." Finau and Berger never have played in the final group at a major. Right behind them will be the last 2 U.S. Open champions. Koepka made only 2 birdies in his hard-earned round of 72, leaving him poised to become the first player since Curtis Strange in 1989 to win back-to-back in the U.S. Open. Only 3 players broke par, all before the final group teed off. "If they'd have shot 4 under this afternoon, it would probably have been the best round of golf anybody's ever seen," Koepka said. 2 other major champions, Justin Rose and Henrik Stenson, were right behind, and both had a share of the lead at one point. Both had 3 straight bogeys. Rose wound up with a 73 and was 1 shot behind at 214. Stenson had a 74 and was another shot back. The return to Shinnecock Hills was supposed to make the U.S. Open feel like a traditional test that felt more like survival. "Be care what you wish for," Rose said. "We've all been asking for a real U.S. Open again. So I guess we got one for sure this week, and typical of an old-styled U.S. Open, there were plenty of complaints. I'm going to find Mike Davis," Pat Perez said after signing for a 77. "It's the U.S. Open. It's supposed to be hard. When is enough enough? It's not about hard. There's no other tournament where you see the guys putt off the greens." The scoring average was 75.33, the highest for a third round in the U.S. Open since Pebble Beach in 2000. Kiradech at the Barnred had the only other round under par. He made the cut on the number, was the 7th player to tee off and shot 2 under 68. He goes into the final round just 3 shots out of the lead.